Today, you are going to create a flowchart of the branches of the government using Google Drawings. So here's an example of what your project could look like. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we've done. I have over here on the left, I have some words that you can use for the spelling, or if you just want to copy them and bring them over, you can, or drag them and bring them over. But what we're also going to do is you're going to be creating shapes. You're also going to be creating lines and even dragging in these different icons or small pictures to represent the different branches of the government. For your project, we're going to begin with a blank Google Drawings. So what we want to do is we want to make sure we can go in and create the branches of the government title. So to do that, all you have to do here is click for the text box, and then you drag in your text box, and then you can start typing it. Now, if you want, you can copy this if you like, copy it over. So Ctrl C, highlight it, and press Ctrl C, click back into your text box, and then click Ctrl V. What we want to do here is you can choose your own font. So when you highlight those words, you can go up here and you can choose whatever font you like for that. You can also use your alignment by clicking here, and you can center, and you can even go to this right here beside font size, and you can increase it to whatever size you'd like. So go ahead and do that now. Now, if you would like to have a line, a border on your text box, all you have to do right here is go to this pencil. As this is highlighted right here, highlight your box, and then click here for border color, and then you can choose a color to put for your border. You can also choose the weight of your border if you want to make it a little bit bigger. If you want to color the inside, you can also color here and choose a color. So we actually made that white. Before it was transparent. You see the grid here, that represents that it's transparent once it's downloaded. All right, the next thing we want to do is let's take a look, and we want to go ahead and set up our different rectangles to put for our labels. So we can do this by going back here and going to the shape tool. And then I chose the second option, which is the rounded rectangle. So let's go ahead and do that. Then once you see your mouse is like this plus sign, you click on your left click, your green dot, and then you can create your shape. Once your shape is made, you can move it around. You can use this tool, the red tool. Once you see it like this going up and down, that means it's in the center of the page. And we can even go back to our title to make sure that's in the center. But now here, you see the default is to have this light blue color. So we can go back to the toolbox and we can create that and put it white. You can change the colors of this, but don't do it until the end of your project. I don't want you to focus on the color and everything now. Let's just get the content in. So go ahead and do that now. Now, once we have that shape done, let's go ahead and get our other three shapes for the branches of government: legislative, judicial, and executive. So let's get three other done. Now I'm going to go here for the shape. I'm going to choose again shape, this rounded one. And then now I'm going to draw. Now what I would recommend for you is, instead of having to do this to create three different ones, let's just create one and then we can duplicate it. So once this is highlighted, click on it one more time, use your keyboard, or you could right click. I prefer, it's easier for me just to do the Ctrl D. So Ctrl D, hold down Ctrl D is for duplicate, and let's bring that about here, and then Ctrl D again, or you could have done that all at one time. And you notice how the red lines are helping you make sure everything is in alignment. Now, for now, to make it easier, since we have the main things done, let's go ahead and just start entering our labels. So the first one is going to be the U.S. government, and here we go. You should see it over here on the side. I don't see it on the side for this one. I will add it before you do it. But to type inside a shape, all you have to do is double click. So U.S. government. All right, now you notice how this happened. It's because the font is too big for this box. So all I'm going to do is highlight the font and then decrease my font size to make sure that the word is all on one line. Also, because I want to add an icon at the top, I'm going to make sure I have this highlighted. I go back up here to the alignment tool, and I'm going to put my words to be aligned with the bottom of the box. I'm going to show you. Here's the top. Here's the middle as it was, and then here's the bottom. So go ahead and put that on the bottom so you can move an icon in there later. All right, now that you've done that, let's go ahead and just change this. Now you could, if you want, you could drag this over and just move it legislative branch if you want, but you're going to notice you can't see it. It's because the order, it's actually because I made it first, it's behind the box. All you have to do, watch this, I'm making sure it's aligned, but I'm going to go back to, this is aligned, I'm going to go to arrange, order. Because this one is done, I'm just going to play with it. I'm going to say send to front. It's not that. I want to send to back. Did you see that? I just put send to back, and now I have this here. and it's there. This one, I do believe I put as judicial branch. So I'm just going to take this, drag it over. But notice you're not going to see it because it needs to be arranged and put in the front. So order, bring to front. All right, I'm going to take the executive branch, bring it over here. Same thing, arrange, order, bring to front. And now you have that done. So go ahead and get those done. Now, you can also see as we have different icons, we can go ahead and just drag those icons over and do the same thing. So just click and drag. The same thing is going to happen. You need to arrange and bring to front. And then we can also make this a little smaller to fit inside that box. So let's go ahead and get all those icons dragged over. Go ahead and do that now. Now that we have our main things done, we're missing something else. We need to have lines. Now, it's not too hard to create lines in Google Drawings because all we have to do is come here, go to this arrow to select lines, and you can choose the different kinds of lines you want. This line would be a straight line. This would be a line with arrows on the end. This would be an elbow connector. When they talk about elbow connector, you can make 90-degree angles, and then you can just move things around. Okay, I'm going to press delete. And then we also have a curved connector, a curve where you just draw, like you can draw it a curve. Watch this. So you have here, and every time you press the click, it just makes a curve. So that could be a line that you want to use. And to make it stop, you can just press escape, and then it's done. If you see it highlighted, you can press delete to leave it alone. Our next thing is a polyline. So this means you can, every time you click an X, it makes a whole shape. Again, I'm going to delete that. And then our last one is a scribble. And a scribble, you get to just draw on your own. Again, I press escape, then delete, delete, delete. So you can choose your own line that you want to use. So, all right, so I'm going to go up here and I am going to create just a line for this one. So I just need a straight line from U.S. government to here and let go. You can also, once you highlight it, you can drag it and bring it down just like that. The next one for the sides, I think I want to do a curved connector. So let's just try out this one, curved, and I'm going to start here and then just bring it down to like there. And the same thing here. Once I've selected it once, it's still there. And there's our curved connector. So go ahead and do that now. If you still see that plus sign for your mouse, you need to go ahead and just press escape and then it will take it away. All right, let's take a look back at what else we need to do. Now we need to put who is in each of these branches of government. So we're going to go ahead for this one is Congress, and then the Senate and House of Representatives make up Congress, so that's why they're put underneath. The judicial branch is made up of the Supreme Court and other federal courts, so we're going to have two boxes there. And the executive branch would be the president, the vice president, and the cabinet. So we're going to have those three listed under there. So let's go ahead and just put our shapes in. So we need 3 shapes for under the legislative branch. So again, we're going to go up to the shapes and create those shapes. So go ahead and do that now. To do is once we have our shapes there is you can drag things over from the left, or you could go ahead and double click inside each one and you can type, whichever is easier for you. So let's go ahead and do that now. Now that we have everything labeled, it's time for us to do one more thing. We need to add more lines. So now we're going to go back up to our tools and we are going to add those lines. So whichever tools that you would prefer to use, go ahead and do that. And let's go ahead and get started. Now our flowchart has been completed with our branches of the government. Now, if you would like to go back and to change some of the colors or to add some other images to represent these branches of the government, you can do that. But if not, if you want to turn it in just like this, you can right into Google Classroom. I hope you enjoyed the project.